Hello. I was not supposed to go live right now, but I cannot sleep, and some revelations have come out in the Kylie Rodni case. Apparently, there was some cameras that can be accessed, and it shows the lake at night when Kylie was there. I was in a Facebook group with a few other people, and a woman named Christy did a wonderful rendition of what she saw and what others think they saw as well. So I'm going to go ahead and play that and then we'll just talk it over just a little bit. Uh, but this is super duper interesting. Let me know what you think.
Okay, this here at the tip of my mouse is where Kylie's vehicle was found. I'm going to keep this up here in this exact same spot. This is August 5th at 5:12 p.m. before the party. If you look at this is an exact zoomed in version of a screenshot of this. So this is where Kylie's vehicle went in. This is the other side of the little inlet of water here where the actual Prosser campground is, and then the boat launch ramp is on the other side of that. So if you go here to Google Maps, this is the little inlet that had more water at the time, and the campground here, boat launch ramp over here. This is where Kylie's vehicle was. Now, if I change this time, you can see here. Oh, before I do that, hold on one second. I need to go back. The fifth. It's not going to do it that way. 5. Enter. Okay. So I'm going to put a little dot on my screen so that I can see exactly where the tip of this is. Okay. Just a little tiny Sharpie dot. So I know exactly where the difference is in the points of where the lights of the car are. Now I go to the 6th. Enter. Okay. Now, this is 12:31 a.m. and right here is the tip of that little peninsula of land where Kylie's car was found in the water. Okay. I have a little Sharpie marker dot on my screen because I haven't moved the map, and that's where it is. So if I hit play, and this is going to skip every 2 seconds, it's still shots. So you're seeing the parties going on over here, and it starts breaking up, and you start seeing headlights leaving, scattering a little bit in different directions. Now we're coming up on 32 minutes past midnight, and you're going to see this one light here heading this way. You don't ever see anything else go that way. I've watched from 12:15 till 12:50. So these are some headlights coming this way. We're now at 32 in 48 seconds. It gets bigger and bigger. can see the headlights shining. Over here you can see the reflection. And here, this is the tip of my little mark of where that landmark is. $33.46, and the light is just sitting there now. And it just sits there without moving, just off the point, and now it goes out at 34.40. So again, this point right here is the tip of the land. The light went out right about here, just a hair over to the right. And you notice all these other lights are leaving. And if you go all the way to 1250, it's pitch black. Nothing else is out there. And we'll go back and do that one more time. I think let me start at 32 this time. You can see one light coming here. And if you watch, you can see headlights cast shadows. And here's the end of the land here. There's a headlight right there. Now you see headlights over here. They're facing the water. You can see by the angle where those headlights are going. Now the headlights aren't visible, and those headlights went away from being visible on the land over here. At the same moment the light stopped moving, at the same moment it was at that point that I have marked on my screen, which is right here. Right there. $34.22. You can still see the lights. There's no way to know whether or not they're underwater or not, but they completely disappear at 34.40. Now it's 35.40. And again, this is the mark where that tip of the land is gone into the water. So now if we go back and pause that, let's go back and change this again, and I'll show you again. Watch exactly. I'm going to put my marker where the dot is. Right there's my dot. Right there. And I'm going to hit enter. No, that's not my dot. My dot is there because it was too dark to see my dot. Okay, my dot is there. Okay, so let's go to 34:30 when the light's just about to disappear. Here's the tip of the land right here, so you can watch this with me. There's the tip of the land where her car was found right off of. There's there's the tip of the land, and there's the light of the vehicle, which has stayed still in that position for a good 30 seconds, I believe. Let's see. Actually, let's back it up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there it's still moving at 33:14. And that is directly over my dot right there. There's my dot. The tip of the land is there. There's my dot. So we're at about 33:30, 33:25 is when the vision of the headlights stopped progressing. And then they just very, very slowly, imperceptibly made their way slightly to the right and disappeared at 34:40. And if we back it up again and pay attention to when the headlights disappeared off of the shore on the other side. Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Hold on. I think 33, you could still see them. Maybe not. Let's go back to 32. And play. Okay, so watch over here as you start to see the headlights shine. Here they come. There's the headlights right there. There they are there. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Right there. Bam, they disappeared at 33:14. And right there is the dot of the land, the end of the land strip, at the same time that the headlights disappeared off the shore on the other opposite side.
I can totally see that. Do you guys see that? When I saw it, at first I saw the reflection on the other side, and that stole my attention. And then I talked to Zav Girl, and she was like, "I can totally see that." Oh, sorry. Then I talked to Zav Girl, and she kind of explained to me how I was totally wrong. And then I looked again, and I was like, "Oh, I totally see what they're talking about." And then I started watching this video, and I mean, if that's not Kiely going into the water, then we would have found another car going in, because look at where her cursor is. Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
And it's impossible to know at what point the headlights were submerged or the car flipped. All we know is that the headlights disappeared off of the opposite shoreline at 3340.
Hey, so some of you guys are asking, some of you don't see it, and some of you want me to point it out again. So let me just point out where her cursor is, and then when this is over, I'm going to go over it on the website myself. But let me just show you where her cursor is. So her cursor is right here, and this is her trying to show us. She went to the daylight and she showed where the end of the, I guess, the ground, the earth would be, and then where the water begins. So you will see right here the light begin and end right there, where you could obviously tell that it's going into the water.
And they disappeared completely from the screen, the headlights themselves, from the camera at 3440. So there it is.
All right, so I showed you guys that. Now I'm going to click over onto my other screen and show you kind of what she was showing and then just repeat it because I'm not classic. I don't know. I couldn't come up with this myself. I was so confused until I saw her video, and then I was like, okay, I get it. And that's after watching Zavs, who is so good at these maps and has been watching this. Um, I still didn't understand, and now I totally see what she's talking about. Also, as most of you know, I have a new baby, so if I suddenly just disappear, it could be because of that. Because in the 14 minutes that video ran, he got up, which is rare because he never wakes up. So I apologize in advance. So I'm going to show you my cursor. Let me know if you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, you can. I'm going to show you my cursor. This is somewhat at the edge of the water, and then you can see the cars coming this way and this way during the mass exodus. So I'm going to go ahead and look up the coordinates. I mean, not the coordinates, the date and time. So she actually has it at, let me pull it up real quick. So at 12:31:44. So at 12:31:44 on the 6th. So and then I go ahead and hit 0 to play it. You see it over here. Right here. And then at 33:14, you see the headlight reflection disappear from the opposite shore. We'll go over it again because it takes a few to see it. Right there. Let me go back real quick. So right here. So let me do it one more time because I feel like I don't even see it. There it is. So then at 12:33, I'm sorry, 12:34:40, the headlights disappear for good. So in about 8 seconds, right there. Sorry, and I'm not in chat because I have to do this real quick. So let me do it one more time. So conspiracy is here. I'm gonna pin her message so you guys can go follow her. That was actually her video, and I thought she did such a good job, better than I could explain it. And then I had to come back and show what she showed. But I'm gonna actually rewind it real quick. Rewind it. I'm so old. There was a much easier way to do that, but I'm lazy. Okay. Crap. Hold on. I feel like I have to show the frame again beforehand. Sorry. So I'm gonna do 8:05 at 8 a.m. to the pinpoint, and then I will go back to this screen. Just because. Okay. So I'm going to pinpoint where we think it is, about here, right over here. And then I'm going to go back to the time of the max exodus. Oops, this will be the 6th. So at 12:31:44, so you'll see the time down here. So this is 12:31. At 12:31:44 is when you see the headlights first appear. At 12:33:14, you'll see the reflection disappear from the opposite shore. And then at 12:33:20, the headlights stop moving forward. And then 34 seconds later, at 12:33:54, the headlights go to a small pinpoint. So I'm going to go ahead and play it and then stop and go as I read chat because I am in StreamYard and I can't do it. So right here, you'll see the time. And again, the first one is 12:31:44. The headlights first appear around here. I'm going to put my cursor under it. So the next one is at 12:33:14. So down here, you'll see 33:14. And that's when the reflection disappears from the opposite end of the shore. And then right after, the headlights stop moving forward. You see it? And then the headlights start going to a small pinpoint, and then at 12:34:40 they're completely gone. So I'm going to do it one more time zoomed out. I just want to make sure that you can see the light right there. Let me see what you guys are saying. The video is indisputable. There is no proof it is Kiely's car, but the headlights go exactly where her car was found at the exact time of her last ping, then disappear for good. Exactly, Christy. And the way you showed it, it just shows just that. Be real high. Seeking justice. I'm unsure if this video has been sent or shown to the police, to be 100% honest with you. Um, it just came about to me earlier in the evening. I was linked to it by a girlfriend, and on the conspiracy channel, and she ended, and then I hadn't realized that Zav was live, and she was going over it, and then I've been stuck on it ever since. I actually can't stop watching it, so I wanted to do a demonstration, but while on the Facebook group, Christy actually made a video and uploaded it, and it was amazing because it showed me everything that I wasn't seeing, and that's where I'm at now. I wasn't even supposed to be live right now. I'm sitting outside while everybody's asleep inside. So I'm going to go ahead and watch it again. Let's see. Let's do 12:30 just so we can start it beforehand because people want to see. Actually, let's start before that. 12:29 because people want to see the cars that there. Looks like there was other cars headed there at the same time. It's kind of weird. Okay, here we go. So I'm putting this right here so we could see the timestamps. It's going to be over here. I can't sleep either. Once I finally get the kids to bed, I just need a little bit of like breather time, and then I end up doing research or something or end up on TikTok and then never sleep. So you can see other cars, what it looks like, are headed down there with this car, right? Hey, Shelly. So right here, it's going to say at 31:44 because it goes in 2-second increments. You're going to see the headlights first appear. It's all a waiting game. There it is. And then the next one is at 33:14. The headlight reflection disappears from the opposite side of the shore. So you see the reflection kind of just skating across the water. I see it at least, and I think that's what you meant, Christy. Just a single ball of light. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna be a wimp. 12:33:20. The headlight stopped moving forward. And then at 12:33:54, the headlights go to a small pinpoint. In case you're wondering what numbers I'm saying, they're right down here. And then the light starts diminishing, which she has shown us in her video that this is she's basically in the water already. And then at 34:40, the headlights disappear for good. What do you guys think? I also find it weird. I mean, I know that this was like the mass exodus, but I find it weird that so many people were leaving and not one person saw her. And I know like that's the whole mystery, but now putting it into perspective and seeing that like these lights are really reflective in this night, it's so dark, you know somebody saw her. And one of the girls that I chat with in one of my group chats has been bringing up that, you know, she calls it the Spanish party, and people have jumped all over her on Facebook for calling it the Spanish party, but they saw headlights. If they saw headlights, how did they not see headlights? Because the Spanish party was supposed to be all the way at the front of the park, campground, sorry. No, Melissa, she never stood a chance. I've seen how pitch black it is. Verna has the videos driving down, and it is so dark. You literally cannot see anything. Hey, Christy Lou, I am well. How are you? So I'm going to let this play out a little bit, and then I'm going to go back a little bit beforehand again, just to see kind of how long this train of cars lasts, because this gives us a good idea of how many people were there, right? This is a lot of cars. A lot of cars, especially for a high school party. Thank you. She says, smash that like. Yeah. And later on, I wasn't supposed to go live for this today, but today is the day that I'm going to go live. I have like arrangements for everybody. And later on, at some point, I don't know what time yet, I'll be doing a stream for Jolissa. I know a lot of you know I'm following Jolissa's Fuentes case. She's missing out of Selma, California. And I've been working closely with her family, trying to just get her name out there here on YouTube mostly, while other creators work on other platforms. And I haven't done a live on her in quite some time. And also, I haven't done a video in quite some time. So I'm going to actually try to do as much, show as much as I can in one live, compile most of her family's interviews because they have done so many good interviews, but do, you know, put up the important ones and whatnot. So if you are curious about that, I will be doing that later on today. So keep your eye out. And then if not, replay gang. You know, I'm just trying to start going live again. It's not too easy. The whole bunch of kids. Why didn't anybody tell me it wasn't easy? All right, so I'm going to go to 1227 just so we can start seeing the mass exodus kind of start. I'm going to be zooming in closer now that we know where this is. I'm sorry if you're coming in right now. Hey, where'd it go? There you go. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer now that we know. Oh, I still want to be able to see the time. It's booty. Let's see. All right, I guess that's as good as it's going to get. So we can be able to see the timestamps at the bottom. All right. Yeah, that one party. So looking beyond says that's so messed up of Sammy. Who knows what she gave her in that drink, but I think she did it on purpose to see what would happen. Now, see, I have been on Sammy, but I'm not on Sammy because I think she did anything to Kylie. I'm on Sammy because I think she's trying to hide something and I want to know what she's trying to hide. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it has something to do with maybe something to this effect. Um, but mostly because she left her girlfriend and then she got into a car accident and passed away, from what we're seeing in evidence. But if there is one more thing, I believe that we have seen it with how shady she appears to be and how much they, you know, how far they went to cover things up. They are truly covering things up, and I want to say that for sure, but I have to say allegedly. But I have seen myself things that they have deleted, things that they have removed. Kelly Ross had posted a video of her summer, and in the summer, it's kind of just an auto upload of all her videos. There was a video of one of the fights. Um, that they would have, and I posted it. And since then, she has removed that video. Elsa's removed videos, deleted comments telling me that she saw Kiely at 12:30, which kind of make her the last person since Sammy saw her at last at 12:25, so on and so forth. Something's going on, and also the teen to teen meetups. I mean, you guys, if you've been following me, you know how I feel about that. Just that's kind of why I've been on them. They broke every kind of girl code. Just bad friends. Even the smallest of lies will make her seem extremely guilty. Yes. Sammy's TikTok partying tells it all. You know, I can't say what you know, I can't say that her TikTok afterwards because let's just say she had nothing to do with it. She's got to keep living on with her life. But if she had anything to do with it, even hiding something, yeah, they're really weird. Like it is if you follow TikTok trends, the video that she did of her at college where she goes into the room and it kind of looks like she's having a concert and all the lights. At first I was like, why would they do that? Doesn't that kind of look like their party fights where they would pull out their cameras with the lights? But then I saw the TikTok trend and that's kind of how it went. But still, that was a little weird. She was wearing a San Francisco hat, like just really weird stuff. So I have been talking and completely missed the first cue. So hold on, pull it back. Let's see. So 12:31:44 is when she sees the first set of lights. So it's gonna be coming up right here pretty soon. I'm gonna zoom it in now that we know. And then at 12:33:14, you see the headlight reflection disappear from the opposite side of the flake. So you can kind of see like a reflection. Do you see that? That's her car lights. 32. So at 33:14, the headlight reflection disappears from the other side. There it is. And then at 12:33:20, the headlights stop moving forward. And then at 12:33:54, the headlights go to a small pinpoint. But I mean, right here, it's just like, boom, all up in your face. My second chance at everything. Good luck. I hate that feeling. Don't go back to sleep. You'll never get up again. And then Christy Lou says, I think what her TikTok shows, etc., is that she is going to probably struggle with substance abuse. A lot of those kids will. They're party animals. They will, maybe. Yeah. I did after being a party animal for a long time. And there it goes disappearing. Um, but I also think that it also makes you a well-rounded adult. Once if you actually do get all your partying out of your system, I think it does help. It helped me at least, where I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I definitely had my fun, and now I can enjoy my adulthood with my husband and kids, and not think of all the things that I missed out on. I definitely enjoyed myself, but that's just a personal opinion. So we missed the last cue, the 34, the lights disappearing for good. So I'm going to go back to that one real quick. At 34:40, the lights disappear for good. So we're going to go right before that. It will help law enforcement with the timeline. And then it just turns into a small pinpoint. It's basically gone. The cell phone supposedly went off at 12:33, which actually really coincides with this, give or take 1 or 2 minutes. And then Sammy said that she spoke to her last at 12:36, but we don't have any proof of that. Law enforcement doesn't say they saw an outgoing or incoming call to or from Sammy and Kiely at 12:36, but they did state that the last location ping was 12:33 from her Snapchat, I believe. I'm sorry, from her ping in the water. So that is the wrong location. The lights disappearing at 51 are the right location. At 51, at 36:51, at 51:51, at 12:51 you're saying? Natasha, how are you? She says, I guess I don't find Sammy's behavior off because I have a daughter her age and have two I have a daughter her age and I have to pick up my daughter several times because her friends left with guys and she wouldn't. Girls are different nowadays. I guess so. At 12:51, let's go ahead and look at that, Woody. Let's see what you're saying. Going off of her last ping, I'm going to believe that this one is more so her, but I am totally down to look at other ones. All right, and then which before I press play, which location? Um, Far right, far left, which side of the creek? I'm sorry, Christy. Rebecca Hooper says at 12:25, Sammy Smith leaves and was on Route 89 by 12:36 to take Kiely Rodney's call. Don't worry, Christy Lou, I'm not going to do this for too much longer. Maybe about 5 more minutes. Same spot, but a bit to the left. This is 12:51. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this in mind, right? A little bit this way, and I'm going to go to the daytime, okay? So, like, right over here. Oh, great. It's all foggy. So, a little bit to the left would kind of be over here. And that's, I don't know if that would be, because if you think about it, the cove where they found her is like right here. I'm going to go put it back on though, okay? So, let's see. Yours was about right over here. I'm going to go back to it. All right. Let's press play. So he was right over here. So Wild Woody is saying, look at the same day and earlier in the day, the 12:36 lights are at the wooded area. But we weren't at the 12:36 lights. We were at the 12:31 lights. Check out 3422, the lights on the other side. Someone turned on their lights and then off again. Someone saw her go in. Prayer partner Eve, I saw that. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I'll go to it after. Let's see. 3422. So over here, so 3422. I've been moving this page all the way over here to get the time when it's been up here the whole time. So she means over here. Blink down. You see that? That's what I had shown Zav. That's what I thought may have been her car. Right there. You see it blink. Oops. Not too far. So at 3422, you can see a little light blink right there. Boom. And this is every 2 seconds. So it's a headlight, a camera, a reflection. I need to get me some video software. Same. We're here working on my Chromebook. So I'm going to pull it back again now that I know that we can do it a lot closer right here. And please don't forget to sub up to Chris T, who did the first video that I played that showed me exactly what I was supposed to see, even though I had good mentors ahead of me that were showing me. I couldn't see it until she pointed it out and drew me a picture because I'm so bad at maps. Let's see. So we did 1231 again. So 1231:44 at the 44 mark, you will see the lights start appearing for the car. And then at 12:33:14, the headlight reflection disappears from the opposite shore. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry. Car lights first appear. Here we go. Moving away from all these cars and towards this, but obviously not going anywhere soon. Yeah, I can go back and look. I will be watching this for forever now. So, Talen, this is forest fire footage. All right, so here we go. Oh my gosh. How could this be anything else? So at this point, it's in the water right here. You can start seeing the reflections start and then go fade away. There's that light that went off over here. If it flickered, it could be like a car alarm light, right? And then that's where it disappears. And it's gone. There's another card around 12:50 that goes right down to the water's edge. Are they checking if she's actually gone? Nellie B, that could very well be. That could very well be. What else would it be? Exactly. Unless if it were something else, you would see a car, like another car other than hers. So I didn't find this. Conspiracy, she's a channel. She was doing a live on it, and I got sent, her live, and she had just had it sent to her from somebody else. So she was going over the information, and then Zab got the information and went over it, and then I couldn't see what they were talking about really. I saw something else. The blinking light over here at the 22-second mark had me in a whirlwind. And then I went into a Facebook group, and Chris T made this video like so quickly too, explaining what she saw. And then I was like, okay, I see it now. And from then on, I've just been kind of obsessing. Hey, Malibu Barbie. So Goody says it's crazy. Sam says she was way away from that location at 12:30. Just saying, if law enforcement should know she was there because Sam said she was the last contact with Kiely, so they are building a case, or they? Suzanne Fernandez, are you serious with this nonsense? I'm sorry, I don't know what nonsense you're talking about. This is like this is kind of just showing us what we knew but hadn't seen yet. It's really weird. It's really weird. And as they were saying, you can see other cars going, start heading towards down there. Do they not see anything? Do you see other cars leaving? And they went one way, and that one car goes the other way around the shore by where the cones were, in my opinion. Prayer Partner Eve. I can't sleep. I've just been watching this over and over, trying to figure out what is going on. So I'm going to go back one more time so then I can just try to go to sleep after this. So, once again, if you haven't heard me repeat it over and over, at 12:33, I'm sorry, at 12:31:44, you see her car lights start, well, you see what we think are her car lights start to appear. So let me get closer. So at 31:44, and they'll start appearing. We'll definitely see them. I hate when you're in StreamYard, you can't see chat. I feel like I'm ignoring you guys. The 12:34 lights are the wrong area. Just look at the footage from the same day earlier when it's light. Wild Woody, but we're not looking at 12:34 one. We're looking at 12:31. Well, you're saying the 12:34 going in the water or the headlights disappear, but what about this car? There's only one way she knows she's her last contact if she knew she went into the water. Yeah, and she kind of emphasizes like she's not in the car, she's not in the water, she's not anywhere. There it is. And if you were here earlier, you would know that about right here is where the water starts. So even if it's dark, we can tell when the car's already in the water just by being able to look at the location prior. Look how many cars are leaving right now at the same time. So DJL says turn back on 12:51. SF Investigate says that's when her car went in, not 12:34, and he asked Kylie Ronnie's family permission to post his more detailed videos. So we'll see. I guess we will see. So Talon says, I've been against foul play from the start, but if possibly people witnessed this happen, no malicious involvement at all, maybe that sort of foolish play, maybe. Maybe, for sure. Like, what does it mean? What if they just watched it happen and then didn't do anything about it? I've heard people say, like, they woke up and that she just wasn't there anymore. That means that they knew she was there when they went to bed. It's just, I don't know. I'm just glad my friends were this crappy. So glad you mentioned Conspiracy T. She was the first one with this info, and she got it from FS Investigates page. Believe it or not, then it ran like wildfire over to Zav, but T had it first. Yeah, but Zav gave her full credit. She even pulled up her page first to show it there. But I've been I've been linking Conspiracy. I actually really like her. We share content every once in a while, so you know we're friendly. I could literally watch this all day. I don't know what I'm seeing, but it's not cool. I'm just looking at all the lights. Ugh. So Christy says, "Oops, oh, what did you say, Christy?" Christy says, "Watch the very beginning, and you can see clearly how it lines up exactly to where Kylie's car was found." Yeah, you're right. I saw what I saw what you put down. The talk screen autopsy is what will tell her family. Yeah. So nobody filmed this. These are still cameras that they have out for the wildfires. And if you go to the website, they have a whole bunch of different cities cameras. So very interesting. Conspiracy found it or went here first after finding out from SF Investigates that it's available. That's Conspiracy. And then Chris T, no relation. They didn't know that they were both working on it at the same time. Christy was in a Facebook group with me, and when people were asking her, like, what do you see? She made a video, and I played it at the very beginning because it's the video that made me understand what I was looking at. So Media Mogul says, I believe it's a, oh, I'm sorry. Nellie B says, Media Mogul, I believe it's a forest camera for fires, etc. Yes, it is. Foolish isn't a charge. Homicide is a charge, and that's the difference. Yes, that is the difference between that and murder. But also, if they are of age and they contributed to a minor and in a legal way, it could be, um, oh my gosh, my mind just totally drew a blank. I had it at the tip of my tongue, but it could be um, a murder in the event of a felony. Oh my gosh, what? I know this term. Um, when you when you do something and it is, oh my god, I need to go to bed. But yes, when you do something that's illegal and it could be considered a felony and somebody dies in the process, you can in turn be charged for the homicide of that person, if that makes any sense. Yes, no, Christy and Conspiracy don't know each other, and the name is just a complete, that's coincidence. But yeah, that's I could like I really could just watch this all night to try to figure out which one is her, and from what they're saying that can I guess investigates thinks it's the, what was it, 1251 that we saw earlier, the 1250. So let's go ahead and just watch 1250 one more time so I can just say I did it again, just in case SF investigates nobody's talking about right now. So somebody was saying, what if this car is just checking to see what happened? Visor was off and passenger window was broken out, both same side. Car goes down to the water's edge at 1250, collecting someone who got out. Maybe. Okay, so I see the light. It's still going. Whoa, that's weird. Whoa, did you guys see that? That was really weird. Tripped me out. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, friend. Nellie B, I'm not sure if the visor was off, but we can look. Pretty sure it was there. All right, so getting closer to the water's edge is this vehicle. If you can see, this is where we saw this last vehicle was about over here. Someone's gonna get poopy pants when they see this video for sure. Someone's gonna wake up really agitated. One thing, and again, this isn't accusing anybody, but when following the Casey Anthony case, we were able to see at one point, like you were able to see that Casey was told that they thought they found her daughter at a park called J. Blanchard Park, and she did not react when they told her this. She didn't make a flinch, and that's because she knew her daughter wasn't at J. Blanchard Park. When they told her they thought they found her daughter around the corner from her house, again, we were able to watch her have a complete meltdown, like on camera, just melted into the nurse's arms. And it was like, okay, well, she knew she was actually there, as opposed to when they told her that they found her at J. Blanchard Park. She knew where she was. One thing that I found interesting was everybody was saying that it was suspicious that Sammy was like, oh, but AWP didn't find her yet. AWP didn't find her yet. It hasn't been confirmed, so on and so forth. When somebody made the connection for me that it is possible that she thought they were still searching in Boca, and that's maybe why she was so sure that they weren't finding her yet, because she thought they were searching in Boca still, as opposed to searching at Prosser. So that car's headlights also vanished, but we don't know if they're just turned off because it's kind of further into the woods, no? Christina Stack says, I still believe more people knew what happened that night and put her into that water. It's totally possible. I mean, we've seen more nefarious things. We all followed the Skylar Neese case, right? That was really wicked. And her best friends like sat on her bed, had their arms around her parents, um, watching their car on on the surveillance of her leaving, and being like, I don't know who she left with. I wonder who it was. Do I have it at the highest resolution? Let me check. Yes, it's not on YouTube. It's actually on, like, I'm pulling it up on the website, so it's as good as it's gonna get. So, what time did tow truck man say he saw her elsewhere? If the same time, how? So, Media Mogul, I don't want to say I don't trust AWP. And I'm not trying to say that when I say that I never have really believed tow truck story, but only because in my experience following true crime, eyewitnesses are completely, almost always unreliable. They can see a red car and think it's white later on. They can be influenced. And then, he really didn't even know what day it was. The girlfriend was able to pinpoint what day it was. I'm not too sure if that's going to actually pan out to be having been Kiely or Kylie's car. I think it was just a suspicious circumstance that happened, and it's just big coincidence. But I don't think that that's going to pan out to anything, and I never have thought it. I will apologize if I'm wrong. And again, this isn't to discredit AWP. I just think that um, that witnesses can be unreliable, and if they believe their witness, they have a reason to believe their witness. He's giving good information, but I don't know. For me, it never vibed right. Didn't they say she was searched like you couldn't imagine? Yes, they did. I'm getting the feeling that by November 1st, all of us that have been following the case will end up overdosing from the released case documents. I reckon law enforcement will provide the facts to fill this rabbit hole. I hope so. I hope they're getting tired of it enough that they will help fill in the gaps, because they really can just squash a lot of this stuff. And they've tried. They try to squash the Jagger stuff, but then after that, they stopped answering questions. Um, they wouldn't even answer if Sammy was involved, and that just created more fire. It's a little bit ridiculous. But this is kind of all I had to show. I wasn't even supposed to go live, um, but I will be going live later on today to discuss Julissa Fuentes, and I will be covering this again. Hopefully, I can get a better video, a better resolution video out. But if I don't ream me. Thank you all for being here. I really love all my friends, and thank you for following me even when I wasn't active. I really appreciate that. And stay safe, guys. Be careful. Also, if you're in California, be very wary. There is a serial killer on the loose out in Stockton, California, and he also goes up north to San Francisco. So that is a real update, and be safe. And love you guys. Have a good morning, night, or evening, wherever you are. Bye.